gets underway with the opening kickoff. Bringing it back. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So the Texas Longhorns offense will have the football first. For a full year, the Longhorns have had to think about how they just got blown back down I-35 in that game last year, David.
And heard it from their coaches all week long about the beatdown. They talk about how much they got beat by, how they didn't play well, what they're going to do to them again, Jesse. They've heard it plenty.
Well, they've been waiting all year to try and resurrect those demons, guys, but that's the great thing about rivalry games. You're always going to get another opportunity the next year, so I can't wait to see how Texas responds in this one.
After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. They send the tight end in motion. The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Pulls it in, it's Wingo. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Longhorns are facing 3rd and inches. Got enough for the first down and wants more.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. And the Longhorns need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. The Longhorns will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. So Oklahoma's offense has the ball for the first time. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You're the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you...
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes into 24.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting. Just last week, a commitment from a big-time four-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I'm not going to go play with that guy.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Green. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. The give from the gun. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Finds the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Robinson. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight-type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Robinson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. The Longhorns are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Tough run across the 5. He'll get it all the way out to the 8-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. It's Hoover. And he's feeling the heat, and he will go down. Final play of the 1st quarter, and not the way he wanted to end it. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that 1st quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the returner will be brought down. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The Sooners will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. So they gamble on 4th down in the first half, and man, does it pay off.
4th and long. I mean, it wasn't just 4th and short. Nowadays, man, so much aggression in college football. And how about right there? 4th down and long. No problem. I got this in the first half.
Caught over the middle. It's Thomas.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Wide open downfield. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with the 1st down.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
Tight end finds a soft spot, and he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Trying to power it in. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown Sooners. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking for a man, it's Hoover. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the 1st down. And the Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Wingo. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. 1st and 10 coming up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Going up top again. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. A strike downfield. Turning on the Jets. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Texas!
Yeah, and the pass passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm, but this passing game can continue to heat up. Look out in the second half.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
In football, you hear the term, quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quarterback making checks. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Dances away to buy time. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On third down, he drops to throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. They go to the ground. He just could not get loose, and they'll knock him down 4 yards behind the line.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
The Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Oh, the ball squirts out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. And the Sooners need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Quarterback adapting. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw. It falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to pump it.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Zings it complete to the right. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Fires the pass, intercepted. Bringing it back. The 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point is good. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped up to 17. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. You can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him! And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Breaks into the open. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Off the RPO, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Sooners look to do some damage in the red zone. Unloads quickly. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
Now, think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Takes the grab on the left. And they will score. Touchdown Sooners. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Finds a little space. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Hoover. Lofts one high and deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. He takes it at the 45. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get it. It's a touchdown. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football and elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on there. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Butler. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Wingo. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Longhorns in a good spot here with second and short. Leaves it with the back. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
To the air, it's Hoover. He hurls one deep down the left side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And the Longhorns will snap it on first and 10. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the quarterback will be slugged down back at the 43.
I think the thing that's so impressive about this defense, it's not just the athleticism and the ability to get to the quarterback. Sometimes it's a three-man rush. Sometimes it's all-out blitz. But with the speed they have, especially in that front seven, it has been a nightmare for this offense. They've been giving up sack after sack after sack.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he finds no running room at all, and the third quarter is over. Maybe more open spaces coming in the fourth. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Under fire. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Now third and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of one.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
And the misconnection on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. Third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Might be changing the route. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Dumps it to the back. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Fires to the big fella. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Longhorns in the hurry-up.
I know a lot of people don't like to prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I am not giving up a...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Bring in the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Showing the arm strength to the left. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. The Sooners have it with a 1st and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside, defense.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
I guess the good news on that penalty is at least the defense didn't have to back up that far. It's still 1st and goal. They'll move the tight end. From the gun. Here comes the heat. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And that is just what you want. You get a 1st and goal situation defensively, and you can get a sack and get a good loss. Put them out of an easy running situation. Nice job by the defense.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in.
He's going for the goal line. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Back to throw, it's Hoover. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Longhorns will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt.
Return runs out of bounds.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. The offense changing the play. Snap in the shotgun.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up with protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. Touchdown, Longhorn! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Time is short. Defense still has 3 timeouts, but it's a mountain in front of them, Jesse.
Yeah, the worst-case scenario now for this offense is victory formation, victory formation, victory formation, punt, win the game.
No doubt about it. When you're up 2+ possessions, there's no way for the defense to get back in the game. So take a knee, get out of here with the dub.
2nd down coming up. If there's time to pad the stats. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. It was the Sooners who put the horns down in Dallas today in the Red River Showdown, and they'll take that golden hat north of the river. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of